Hello, 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 my beautiful air signs. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, today we're going to get started, and this is going to be our look at the end of the year. Um, Overall look of how your year went with the tarot card here. And then I have oracle cards to kind of give us some insight on moving forward into 2024. And so this is for our air signs. This would be the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So remember, these messages are general. And so with it being all three air signs, maybe one of the messages is only for you, like health and wellness, or relationships. In relationships, it can be romantic, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be, you know, look at it that way. Money and finances, we're looking at your, how you bring in money, your career, how you work with money, how you budget with money, anything like that. And any message could come up, okay, when it just comes to your financial gains and how how you bring in resources. And then health and wellness, we have, when I look at health and wellness, I always look at the emotional side. How is your emotional state? How is your mental state? How's your physical? It could be, we'll see what stands out with the card. So I'm going to do a tarot card, and then I'm going to do a different oracle card for the rest. So take what you need and let the rest flow to someone else, okay? If it's not for you. All right. For my air signs, can I have a card for relationships, please? And thank you. Okay. You have the Page of Chalices on relationships. Okay. I like the page. I love that Page of Chalices. If you look at the bottom, you can kind of see there's some water. There's some water fay down there. For money and finances, we have the Four of Swords. And health and wellness, I'm going to take it. I got two. Okay. We got a Queen of Wands and Six of Pentacles. So, and at the bottom, my overall energy for you guys going in, and it's the Knight of Chalices. So you guys are going up for you here. Well, I think you guys are pretty equal yoke. You got water, you have air, you got fire, and you have earth. So you have all the elements showing up here, right? They like all want it to come out for you. So that tells me one thing, that you were trying to balance a lot. And this shows right here that air signs, you guys were trying to bring in, be very balanced this year. And and that it's showing. It's showing with all of the elements being there. And that Knight of Chalices energy at the bottom also says that you wanted to move forward on things and opportunities that you felt passionate about, that you wanted to connect with. Okay. So in your relationships with this Page of Chalices, I was drawn straight away to these fays, but then the first thing I've heard was, I don't know why, but maybe some of you, there was I don't know, I'm getting child. I don't know why I'm getting child. So some of you air signs, maybe you a new child came this year for you, or coming soon or something like that. Like, that's the energy I'm getting from that. I don't know why, but that's what's there. And so, but again, with relationships, it's getting new messages out and putting things, you know, learning, because again, the page is that student card, and is that person who is a messenger who wants to um, really connect and understand things and be an explorer, and not as big as explorer as the Page of Wands, but that the pages do, they do messages, they learn, they're very I can't find my word. What is the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. they're curious. They're very curious. They're curious creatures, and that's another reason why I got children, because children to me are very curious. And I don't know why, but I always relate the Fae to the children, because I know my youngest, she totally is connected to the Fae, um, and so that's why I'm just like I feel like a child there. But in the relationships, I feel like, so you're trying to learn about any type of relationship, so how you can pour into your relationships at work better, or your your family. How can you learn to be different within your family, or with someone else as well? How can you share your cup and be creative and be fun and be curious about them, getting to know them. It's also getting to know someone energy, so getting to know new people as well. So I feel like that's what your year was all about when it comes to relationships. Okay. So money and finances, we have the Four of Swords. I don't know why I hear parting ways, and I was drawn to this. If you see this, you have two mountains, and there's a in this stained glass window, there is a line, and it's like parting ways, like resting, putting something to rest. Like, so a lot of you could have switched jobs this year. That's what I'm getting, is switching up careers, but also putting to rest things that did not financially serve you, like putting them to bed, like, or even losing money. I don't know why, but it did come up, but because there is you losing money as well, or even gaining money if someone passed away and there was an inheritance as well. So it could be either way. But letting go of always everything has to be about finances, but putting in, not putting as much work in, getting rest. And yeah, oh, that's what it is. It's also not working so much and knowing when it's time to work and when it's time to rest, because that's the Four of Swords is all about, taking that step back and taking that time to relax and meditate and go within and kind of you know take a break. And that's another thing, is like knowing when to, okay, I've been overworking, it's time for me to take a break, and then knowing when it's time to take a break and do that. Okay. Okay, health and wellness. The reason why I took the two too, because I feel like this is the energy of the wellness. It's, to me, this says building up your confidence with this Queen of Wands energy. It's saying being like building your confidence up. This to me is all about how you see yourself, like, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Like, I'm working on my, it's like working on your body. Like, there is this balance within you. There's equal give and take. There's this balance of, I'm, I, I'm spending time working on my body. So guess what? I'm going to be more confident about how I feel about myself. I'm also going to be, my looks are going to be, because Queen of Wands is like the hot chick in the tarot when it comes to court cards. So, um, so it's doing the things that help you build your confidence. So with this Queen of Wands, so what you're thinking, like giving into it, being very balanced of the way your thoughts are working, helps you be confident in who you are and who you see yourself. Also, giving an equal give and take of what you're putting into your body, or what you're working out, it's also helping you build confidence in how you look as well. So I really feel like that's what you did. You had this wonderful equal give and take where you did the work, because it is a pentacle, so it's here in the earthly realm. You did something, you were doing things to make yourself, a better balance for yourself when it comes to your mental and your physical body. And that helped, or it could be just one, it doesn't have to be both. And so that helped you build confidence. Or even, when you think of it, your mental, like overthinking. I'm always on that overthinking, because I think a lot of people do overthink things, and we're always in our heads and questioning things and wondering and things. And if you're on tarot, if you're watching tarot, yes, that you are there, like wondering things and wanting to know things and questioning things. So, but but I'm seeing that since you put in the work, it is building this flame, this fire, this confidence within you that Queen of Wands brings forth. Okay, so going into 2024, we're going to look at our oracles. We have the Gaian Oracle for our love that we're going to look at. Okay, you guys got a quick one. The Eternal Dance. This is movement, will of life, path of least resistance. So I feel like when it comes to your relationships, I was really drawn to path of least resistance. So I feel like you can kind of see she's like in all of these limbs and tree roots and tangled all up, right? I feel like this is going into the new year. It's kind of this energy because you've learned with this page with relationships. I feel like you're going to be like, I'm going to go on the path of least resistance. I'm going to go if it's really hard. If I go out on a date and that person's really hard and I can't deal with it, I'm not going to go down it because I'm not going down a resistant path. Evidently, something's not clicking with me and that person. Something the universe is not. This connection's not there. So you're like, I'm gonna let that drop to the wayside, and just being in this state of mind of, okay, if that's too difficult, no, it's not for me. I'm going to turn away from it when it comes to relationships, friendships. Like if this a friendship is like it's one-sided and it's hard and you have to put in so much work, it's okay to let that go and say, you know what, that's too much. That's too much, and that's not what I'm wanting to do this year, and that's not what I want. So I'm going down something that's not as resistant. Okay. So, oh, this is the wrong deck. So with our money finances, I'm pulling from the Sacred Wealth Code. So what can we look at for that, please? Wow. You guys didn't have no self. There we go. I was like, no card wants to come out. But it did. It's on the floor. You have the moves. It says, I inspire and I am inspired. Intuitive, inspired, creative, divinely connected, and emotionally sensitive. So I feel, guess what? Look what's right there. Fairy. Do you guys work with the fairies? You got like fairy energy in here. Okay. It's saying with your money and finances, maybe that's something you need to do is work with the fairies. Oh my goodness. That could, you stepping into the new year of maybe working more with the fairy energy and being a lot more playful, because I feel like fairies are very playful. Um, and they also have the trickster energy as well. So being more playful, maybe working with some tricksters. But you're going to be inspired by different things when it comes to money and finances. I think the muse and with Venus, it's going to be something that's very comforting, and that's something that you can follow your heart with as well. It's very it's very balanced because it's Libra energy. It's Libra and Taurus energy is ruled by Venus. So it's looking at the energy of something that's going to bring you comfort, something that you enjoy, something that you love. And that inspiration is going to help you build up, maybe bringing in a little extra income and help you with some finances here and there. Maybe you do, doing something on the side or doing something full time and tapping into that energy as you go into the new year. I'm seeing that. Okay. Okay. So your health and wellness, we're doing the soul's journey for you guys on here. And what can our air signs, well, I said air signs and it flew out. Okay. You got for your health and wellness, you have fear. It says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in energy of love. Yes, you bring in balance. If you look up here, you're going into letting go of fear, like the fear. I just heard fear-based thinking, like letting go of fear-based thinking and more loving thoughts, kind thoughts. And it's going to build this confidence, this fire within you with that Queen of Wands. So going into 2024, you need to kind of on letting go of any of those fear-based thinkings that you have built inside of you emotionally and mentally or even physically, because sometimes we won't do something because we have fear. So this could affect this, like your fear that fear of failure. That's a big one. So you don't try this new thing. You don't do this thing that you're passionate about, that you want to, tap into. Whereas it can be successful if you do. And you're getting rid of that fear-based thinking and going into keeping up this balanced energy of pouring in love. Okay. All right. Air signs, thank you so much for joining me. If you guys like this, enjoyed it, you give it a like, or you can comment, and whatever you choose. Thank you so much. Bye.